Hey everyone, it's not the start of the episode yet. This is Poppascotch here. I am coming in because plans weren't finalized by the time we record this episode, but we are going to be doing a streaming event on Twitch. I'll also be broadcasting to YouTube. Cooking with Marcus and Poppascotch are going to be playing a video game on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern on June 8th. Be there, check it out. Check out the subreddit for more information. It's going to be great. Anyway, here's the actual episode. Enjoy. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
So are we the pig dicks or the bags of meat?
The table's Dr. Syintist.
You asked if this was a mask. It isn't. I'm just ugly, but I have high self-esteem.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, I'd rather be dead in California than alive in Arizona. Welcome to Plotty Time.
That one egg was 40 eggs?
That's a big fucking pile of garbage.
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something.
Dick piercing?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon. It's still sexy.
How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
I'll just kill some random dude.
If you want cheese, you get a milk.
You're waiting for Pete.
No, I can hang on it. It sucked. Boners.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Plotty Time. And I got to ask you guys, we talked about it last week. How have your guys' Cajun accents been coming along? Because you said you were both going to work on it.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I'm glad I don't edit this because I completely forgot.
Yeah. Remember when I said I'd forget everything?
Let me
we
hear
said?
one, and then I can maybe do it.
Laissez les bon temps rouler. How's that?
I can't do it. Hey!
There's a lot of like just in
I
the
think you're just doing
sound.
French accent.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a Southern French.
Like, it
It's
sounds
gross.
like you're trying to do
Hey, but who that
Brad
crow
Pitt
that?
from Snatch.
Hey, but who that? Well, there's a little bit of that, except more French, not Irish.
Yeah,
behind it.
I could see that.
I can't even do it.
She's terrible. No, terrible.
It's better?
Blue. I don't know how.
That's it. At the end, we're just going to do fucking accents the whole time.
I
I don't know if I could do anything.
You're closer with that, but it's,
Right here. It's more Jabba the Hutt.
you are 90% of the way there, Dr. Scientist. You just have to end it by saying something from New Orleans.
Hey, raise the sauce on for shrimp.
There you go. Nailed it.
Oh boy.
See, that juvenile. See? That's how easy it is.
All right. Well, maybe I'll work on it for next time.
We should have a class.
That'll be great.
Have a class.
How to?
I mean, you could also watch Treme, which is a great show on HBO about New Orleans post-Katrina, but I didn't watch that. Last week, I watched season 2 of Yellow Jackets.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did it explain how they ended up in Canada?
So I think I
That's going to bother me until I find out.
am an idiot and miss something. I do remember in the episode, maybe I remember, did I hear it in like a flashback? I don't know. But the pilots did make an announcement on the plane like, hey, there's a storm, so we have to divert 60 miles.
And then the instruments went out, and they've lost track of where they were going.
And they went to Langolier Land.
Are you serious?
No, I'm making that up. But that'd be sick. I just want more Langoliers, really. That's all that was.
That's fair.
But it's a good show. Second season, the one thing you got to give the show, they are not afraid to kill one of their characters. Holy buckets. At all. They do it hard and fast. Like in the past time when they were in the wilderness surviving, and also now in the present timeline that they're doing.
Yeah?
But the one thing I don't like is, we're getting into season 3 and they're making a lot of like allusions to like running into another survivor. And the whole time they kind of lead you to believe like this is everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It's
then
DB
these
Cooper.
new ones keep coming out of the woodwork. Does that make sense?
No, well, it makes sense what you're saying, but it sounds dumb for the story context.
It
sounds like they wanted to add more people to the show.
Yeah.
So they just made more.
just want to keep it going.
Like you think that it's, not being certain to add like the mystery to it. But then when you look at it again, it's like, wait, did they just not commit to this so they could leave an opening in case it got renewed?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a show, it should have been 3 seasons, but now it's like 6. That situation.
I'm going to have to add it. I mean, the desire to watch it is there, but it's like 50th in the list of things I want to watch.
Yeah, we can't watch everything.
No,
it's
that's why
just-
we each got to watch something different.
Not
Yeah.
me.
Well, which is why I watched Black Mirror this week, the new ones.
Ooh, are they good?
They're
Please tell me
okay.
some of them are good.
Are they
Okay.
new?
Yeah, season 7-ish.
I must have
Like a
missed
week or two ago, 3 weeks. Well, by now you're listening to us like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must have missed like 3 seasons.
Yeah, they're all good. I mean, none of them are mind blowing. The last one, the USS Callister, I think it's the 7th episode or 6th. That one's pretty good. The other ones are just retreads of same stories.
Is it the sequel to the Callister?
Yeah,
That's right. I do vaguely remember hearing they did that.
it's kind of interesting that how that ends up. And there's like a bunch of them. There's like one about the Mandela effect, which is pretty good, except for the end. I didn't like the end that much. I wish it would have ended differently. More of a downer. It's more slappy.
They could use a little slap once in a while. Black Mirror, though.
Yeah, it had a happy ending instead of the slappy ending. So
Happy, not slappy?
yeah,
Gross.
Get it out of
Who
here.
wants it?
I saw last season, which I wasn't super impressed with. It was fine. You know?
yeah. These are all fine too.
I think, what was the last one you liked?
That I really
Actually, that's
liked.
not fair. Last year, the first episode, the one with the woman from Schitt's Creek, what's her name?
Oh yeah,
Where she's like in a Netflix show about herself.
yeah.
I thought that one was pretty fun. I liked that one.
that one was good. I mean, the Callister one was good in this one. I gotta look at which ones came out.
Yeah, the season before that, I liked the Callister one, and I liked the one with Kurt Russell's kid, the play test, where he's
Yeah,
like
that's good.
puts in the brain thing.
There's one called The Plaything in this one. It has Peter Capaldi in it, and he's like, it's about these little like this game he plays with these like kind of Sims characters and stuff. That was pretty good.
I can't believe Black Mirror's been out since 2011.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first one was very dystopic. Like the first one was really good. Actually, it's kind of very sad in the way our world's working. Like this woman has a medical emergency, and to save her, they kind of like give her cloud storage to her brain, and she ends up having to like pay for it and stuff like that.
So it's like
So to keep her
Repo Man.
alive, yeah, kind of. But to keep her alive, like, well, you could upgrade to the better service so you can leave town.
Oh
Or you
yeah,
can- and it goes on from there.
and it lags and shit.
Yeah, it gets very like dystopian because they're not rich. They can't have the best service.
yeah.
Oh,
That sounds about right.
But yeah, I'd recommend seeing them all. I mean, they're pretty
Yeah,
good.
still good.
I mean, I'm sure I'll get to him eventually. Annie Murphy was who I was thinking of. By the
Yeah,
way.
I couldn't think of her name.
I was totally blanked.
Yeah, me too.
But I also watched another movie, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, or I don't. Maybe you talked about it. I don't know. Have you guys seen Heretic?
Oh, I just watched that this week too.
Really?
Yeah,
That's weird.
I don't know. Tell me about
You
it.
think we're psychic? Like we have a link?
No.
might be.
It probably was recommended for you on something.
Well, we might just love Hugh Grant.
I was going to say, is it the Hugh Grant
That
one?
could be it too. Hugh Grant. Look at those eyes. Got to watch this.
He was the best part of it, really. He was.
He was good. He was good in it. What
Yeah.
can I say? He's like a proper like theater actor too. Like
Is he good? Was it good?
It's okay.
that's a big question.
yeah.
Like I didn't dislike it. I'll say that.
All right, so you're not making me want to go out and add it to my list.
I think it was interesting. There were parts of it that were interesting. I just feel like it didn't work as a concept. Like she got to those answers like way quicker than she.
Yeah. It was like tense and
It was very tense.
like I don't know. Other than tense, it like the whole.
Other than tense, it was like
Yeah, the whole way it worked out was just like, come the fuck on, man.
Yeah, it wasn't disappointing, but it was like, oh, this is like 2 or 3 logic leaps past where I'm really ready to go.
Yeah, and the very ending, there's a Chekhov's gun in it. You see it like in the beginning, and you're like, oh, okay, that's coming back.
Yeah, of course. It's very obvious. They like Dr. Scientists hold the camera on an item like way too long, and then I think they do another zoom in during
Yeah,
it.
they show it again. It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with the scene. They're like, oh, look at that. Remember this?
It's just like someone walked past, saw something, the camera hit it with a close up.
yeah.
Like it was very, very framed. It was very telegraphed.
I hated that. That just annoyed the piss out of me.
I think I actually said out loud to my wife, like, well, that's going to come back later.
Yeah.
And of course it did.
The whole time I was like, I hope they don't go back to that. I hope they don't, because that would have been awesome.
Now, yeah, never back to it. Oh, we actually cut that part out. We forgot about it. But I think it was like a script that was very like highbrow and intelligent, and someone came through and is like, this has got to be dumbed down for the dummies out there.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the dumbed down version. which still isn't bad.
No, it's
but
still
I
worth it.
don't think I could recommend it. I don't know.
What was it, an hour
If
and a
you're
half?
bored.
I mean, a lot of stuff is just spoon-fed.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just written that way, too, because people are just so used to...
You know what? I take it back. Watch it for Hugh Grant. Being menacing. That's worth it.
Yeah, he does a great job in it.
I don't know. Maybe I'll watch a different Hugh Grant movie.
Like what?
Ooh, like what?
I don't know. Let's look at what we got here to pick from.
Are you going to watch The Indelible 9 Months?
Yeah, right.
No, I don't really like that one.
I saw that in the theater
I
with
can
my
always
parents.
watch. Dude, he's in Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's like the main antagonist.
the Among Thieves one, or just Dungeons and Dragons?
Honor Among Thieves. Yeah,
Okay, I kind of remember his face, but no.
yeah, he's the main bad guy.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I don't remember the movie very much.
Love Actually, that's better. That's good.
Glass Onion. Ooh, The Gentleman. That was a good one.
Paddington in Peru.
There it is. We got a winner.
Oh, shit. He was in Paddington, too, as well.
What? I don't know what he was in Wonka. It just says Oompa Loompa.
Maybe it was a voice.
Maybe.
I feel like, do you remember when we were kids, like in the 90s, the mid 90s? He was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He had like a whole
huge, huge.
drug problem thing going on.
Yeah, and he got caught with like a sex worker in a
Yeah.
car, and
Mhm.
and people stopped casting him for some reason because they think that was bad. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's back with a vengeance, baby.
Yeah, he sure is. But he was really good in The Gentleman. I forgot about that one. Anyway, what else happened?
I
What else
watched.
did we watch?
You guys hear of Ash?
The guy
Yes.
from The Evil Dead.
Well, that is his name, but no, it's called Ash. It's about like a space body horror movie.
Oh, I started to watch it and then I fell asleep and didn't finish it.
It's okay. I mean, it's like The Thing in space, kind of.
Okay.
I want to watch it. It has Isaac Gonzalez and Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
And it's only okay. That's a shame.
No, it's good. I mean, I love space horror. I love body horror, so it worked for me. But I don't know. It's pretty obvious when you're watching it. You're like, oh, there's going to be a
That was
twist.
predictable.
Yeah, I didn't quite nail the twist, but you're like, there's a twist here. Yeah, it's worth a watch.
Okay. It was directed by Flying Lotus.
Yeah. And then I had to look him up, and I forget everything else he did.
He did a movie called Kuso, which I don't know, from 2017, and he did a segment on VHS 99.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was-
yeah.
The director for the segment Ozzy's Dungeon.
Did you see the new VHS, Poppascotch?
Which one's the new one?
Fuck me, they
Space
all
one.
just blend together, man.
The one Beyond, VHS Beyond. It's supposed to be like sci-fi stories.
No.
I've been meaning to watch it, but I haven't gotten around to it.
I have to like go into the Wikipedia and then read a brief synopsis and start reading the rundown of the stories.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't remember.
Yeah, all I know is that they were supposed to be more sci-fi.
They need to make another ABCs of Death. Did you ever watch one of those?
No.
It's like 26 little stories
No.
from different directors.
You know what they're making? They are making new ones of Love, Death, and Robots.
Nice. I was thinking that when you guys were talking about Black Mirror.
I think it's coming out in June. I think that's what I saw. I don't remember.
Nice. Now, those are good.
I have not watched that VHS, but there is a segment that was done by Mike Flanagan, so now I might have to.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
House on Haunted Hill. I've talked about it.
Yeah.
You don't shut up about him.
I don't. I
You bring
really
his name
don't.
up at least once a
He's
week.
got a Flanagan tattoo on his.
I know.
I should
Junk.
get one.
Right on the side of his shaft, it says Flanagan.
No, it'll be like across my back like a jersey, and it's gonna be the number 1.
That's even better.
Awesome.
That'd be sick. Who doesn't want to get a full-on back tattoo? Oh, also, we are the most accurate podcast in the game. We've been saying that for years.
Mhm.
We mentioned and alluded to and were confused by the news about American Dad coming back
Mhm.
for
Oh,
5
yes,
years.
yes.
And then we were all like, oh, it ended. No, it never ended. It's been on the entire time. We were completely wrong about that. And it's currently airing season 19.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we all wrote it off so hard we thought it was canceled years ago.
Well, it was so bad.
It has to be just bots watching this shit, right? Like,
It's the dead internet just watching
exactly.
fucking shows.
It has to be.
I don't know how they get the ratings anymore. Do they still have like Nielsen boxes in people's houses?
Yes.
Yeah.
I get
Really?
I get mail every like year or two where it's like, hey, you want to help us with these ratings?
Yeah, they send you like $1 and it's like, here, what did you watch?
Yeah.
I get them every once in a while too.
I have never seen one. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a free $1, and then you're like, we'll give you a $5 if you send it back.
Yeah, that's what it's exactly what it is. Because I
You
guess
send
they
the dollar
can't
back?
really like monitor boxes anymore, so they have to
Yeah.
just
Nobody
send
has a cable
questionnaires.
box.
That's how they're saying how much money people should be paid for advertising time?
I would have.
That's how they're figuring out those numbers?
No, they're probably just doing.
I mean, there's
streaming.
probably other ones, streaming numbers too. Yeah, but
Well, streaming, yeah, that's a little easier to get like hard numbers on.
Hmm.
TV's weird, man.
mm-hmm.
No one's watching anymore. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly.
speaking of that, man, did you play anything?
I played some Atomfall.
Oh yeah, is there video of it?
Still good.
There's no video of it.
Aw.
I'm now at the point of no return.
Already?
Yeah, it was like, and I've been taking my time, buddy. And
Yeah, I watched your
my
first video.
save file was 17 and a half hours.
Oh wow.
And I'm at the point where you have to like pick a path to go. It's like Fallout 4. You have to pick a path to go down the rest of the story.
Trying
So-
to give you replayability.
Yeah.
I guess. I think I'm going to make like 2 saves here and maybe do a couple endings. But my review so far without finishing it, although putting almost 20 hours into it, is what is there is good, but there just isn't enough there.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's like open for DLCs.
There's that, but it feels like just
Minimalized.
Bare bones.
it feels very bare bones. Like the crafting is very bare bones. You can't expand your inventory. The tube system thing, like, only holds 100 items, and it's so easy to get to that before you're like 4 hours in. And then none of that ever expands. And something I found really weird, the vendors don't take money. They do the bartering system, which is fine. But the weird thing is, like, they don't refresh inventory. Like, what you sold them is just there for like the rest of the game.
Oh, so it's like another storage place for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so I'll get all this stuff and be like, ooh, I can sell. I've already learned that skill, so I can sell the whatever piece of paper that says I learned the skill. They're very valuable. I can sell that and get a whole bunch of ammo. And you go back to buy ammo, and there's no more ammo. I bought it all during the course of the game. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, it's like they take away fun to make the game harder, which is not. I don't think it's a good way to go.
To make it more realistic.
Yeah, I mean, there's a survival element to it, and I am on the absolute easiest difficulty, but the world feels small. It feels like a fan-made Fallout 4 campaign that's like 20 hours. That's what it feels like.
Is there just not enough variety in weapons and items?
Not
and
enough
shit?
variety in weapons, not enough variety in melee stuff, not enough variety in combat. Like, skill tree you have to find out in the wild to unlock it to be able to get the skill points, and you can never totally unlock any of the skill tree. It's just, I don't know, seems like we could have used a little bit more time, cooking this one up.
Yeah.
But what is there? The gameplay, the story, it's good. What's there is good.
Cool.
But if you're paying for it, I think $20 maybe get you 20 hours,
Right.
25.
Yeah. I'd hit 25 for it if it maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good too. Like,
Yeah. No crashes or anything.
no, never. It actually works. How about that?
That's weird. So it's nothing like Fallout.
No, exactly. Nice. Get him. Dunk on him.
Nice. I just still been playing Lords of the Fallen. It's okay. I mean, it's dark and there's no map, and everybody knows how terrible I am with directions, so I just walk over the same shit over and over again. But I did beat one of the 5 main bosses, I guess.
Oh.
And it seems
Nice.
a little easy.
Oh.
Like if you beat Dark Souls and Elden Ring and all that, it's not going to be a problem for me. Maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of variety and shit too. It's nice.
That's good. I beat Blasphemous too.
Yeah. Was it worth
Nice.
it?
It's all right.
It's better than the first one.
I wouldn't go that far. I have fun fighting the bosses.
Yeah, that's always the best part.
Yeah. I mean, the imagery in it's still good.
Yeah, cool weapons. Oh yeah, I found like a blasphemous hat in
Like the penitent hat.
Lords of the Fallen.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, man. There's a couple of bosses that were fun, but one was extremely annoying to me until I figured out what I had to do.
Yeah.
I played like a melee build, and the one boss was weak to magic.
Oh, so you just rub magic on your melee?
Yeah, I just quickly did that. And well, I tried to do the melee thing, and then it just takes forever. I eventually ended up dying. But I finished that up. It's good. Play it if you get the time. But then I started Octopath Traveler.
What is that? Is that an RPG?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Turn-based RPG.
Okay.
Has a weakness system kind of like SMT games. Been meaning to play it for a long time. And recently someone on the Reddit, I think it was Sandman, maybe, said I should give it a try. I was like, I've been meaning to. I might as well do it.
Nice.
But it's good. You start with like one character, and then you can find the other characters to make 8 Octopath.
Oh, I thought there was like 8 different paths you could travel down.
But you don't have to find everybody, apparently, but I did. Just
Of course. Already found them all.
Yeah, it's not that hard, actually, to find them all.
Yeah.
They each have their own kind of story that goes on.
Oh, that's the Octopath. I got you.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the octo where the 8 thing comes in.
Yeah. Why is there only 7 of us? What the fuck?
Yeah.
One's DLC, bro. You gotta pay for it.
But it's fun so far. I'm enjoying it. We'll see how it goes from here.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, if we got nothing else we played or talked about, let's go ahead and move into the vibe check.
Let's check those vibes.
First thing came up, biggest news of the week. Grand Theft Auto 6 is delayed to May 2026.
Oh,
I don't think anybody even
they're trying to take
noticed.
the sting off the $100.
Yeah. Save up, start saving up now.
Yeah. They're like, it's going to be the normal price by then, so let's just do it then.
How many times was I really thin on news of the week? And I would come in here and say, oh, there was a release. It says GTA is still coming this year.
What episode are we on?
Still coming. What episode? 326?
All right, at least 250 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least minimum. And now they're pushing it. Apparently, the video game journalist Jason Schreier had wrote that nobody I've talked. This is a quote now. Nobody I've talked to at Rockstar has believed Fall 25 was a real window for a very long time now.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I know. It's continuing the quote. Too much work, not enough time, and what appears to be a real desire from management to avoid brutal crunch. GTA 6 slipping to 2026 has seemed inevitable for months, if not longer. End quote.
All right. Crunch. Whatever.
I mean, it's good, like, to not force people to crunch.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. How long have they been working on it?
I would love to know how long they were actually been working on this game. Because you got to think they probably didn't start until Red Dead 2 was done, right?
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same studio that did both those.
Yeah.
But, I'm expecting one of the best games that ever existed. Anything less will be a failure.
Yeah, it has to be now, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think I want to play a Grand Theft Auto game again. It's been too long.
Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, all right.
I have it installed on my other PS5. Every once in a while, I'll jump in and just, not like multiplayer. I'm not a psychopath. But, I'll hop in the single player and I'll fly around a helicopter or something.
Yeah, it's all right.
Ramp a bike. It's a fun sandbox to play in,
I do like the unique jumps. Those are pretty awesome. You just find them in the wild and jump as far as you can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, car jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like...
I was like, man, they're really itemizing everything.
Just ramps.
Oh, you thought it was like a character animation?
Yeah.
They jumped. Okay, yeah, I see how you
it's
got
not
there.
out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's not. That's sad. And we all know that.
You just gave him $1 million idea.
Oh, man. Well, if you're going to strafe, you're going to have to pay $199 a month, guys.
You want to jump high? Double jump? Double jumps behind a paywall.
Look, we've seen your credit card purchases. You can't afford double jump. But how about diagonal strafing? God, that's what's going to happen, isn't it? God damn it.
I won't doubt it.
Man, we just put that out there.
I know.
Now ChatGPT is going to bring it up in some kind of board meeting about itemizing stuff.
The second worst idea I just came up with is you can pay for straight lines in Tetris. Like you drop a quarter and you get a straight line.
The Tetronimo piece.
Yeah, the one everyone wants.
Yeah. The one that gives you a Tetris.
Yeah.
You just hit like triangle, drops a quarter, bam, you got one. How you know what? You know how I come up with these? I think of what is the fucking most disgusting thing that someone can monetize, and then I say it out loud, and then I'm like, "Fuck, someone's gonna do that."
Yeah.
Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, okay. Somebody would just spend like $500 breaking the Tetris record of just straight Tetris pieces.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
2,000 straight Tetris pieces. Here we go.
The most Tetrises in a row.
God, that's so sad. What else we got? Let's move on. Let's move with Too
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, give me something to smile about.
Switch 2 pre-orders were live, and they're already getting sold on eBay.
Yeah, that wasn't going to make me smile.
Trust me, guys. The end of this, I got a good one. All right,
all right.
Let's suffer through this Nintendo horse shit.
So people are scalping them already.
Yeah, the pre-orders went live on April 24th in the U.S., and people on eBay were selling them for $700 about.
This makes me feel like just when the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering Commander decks went on sale, I pre-ordered them right away, and then I went back the next day, and they were selling on like TCG Player for twice the cost because they were all sold out.
That's how everything works
I know,
anymore.
I know.
You guys want a Pepsi Perfect?
I did, yes.
You know what makes me real mad? Shoes.
That's the same thing, yeah.
Dude, I just ordered them from Amazon in the right size now. I don't even care anymore.
There was a hot minute where I might have thought about getting into them during the pandemic because, pandemic was a weird time for everybody. All right.
It's like I'm not spending enough stuff on expensive hobbies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't go anywhere. So
I'm not going to dirty them.
There was like a special edition not Star Wars. What am I talking about? Ghostbusters shoe that was coming out.
like how you made it seem like Star Wars was a ridiculous option for shoes, and then
Exactly.
you said Ghostbusters.
Dude, the Reebok Ghostbusters. Those are
Real
good.
G's do Ghostbusters. All right. I was there. I stayed up late. I think it might have been a weekday. And I was like logged in. And then by the time I hit connect, they're like, oh, you can't connect. The page is down. I'm like, shit, what happened? I refreshed, like, they're all gone.
Yeah, they hit bots grabbed them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how the business is run, apparently. Bots grab them all immediately.
Yep.
And then everyone's like, oh, that shoe that came out for $300? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're going to get it on StockX for $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, that's how this works now. I'm like, this is fucking, for shoes?
That's the way it is, man.
It's unbelievable. And people are still, I don't get it.
Me
I just don't
neither.
get it.
That's how everything is, man.
That's why I just don't buy anything that's limited edition anymore.
I'm really getting soured on the whole thing. Someday I might actually stop.
Yeah, I know. I still do try.
Well, then I could sell it on eBay, you say to yourself.
No, they'll just hold on to it
And
forever.
it instantly gains value until you get it.
Yeah, and then I die and it goes to fucking some estate sale that nobody gets the money from.
Well, you don't have any debt to pay off.
So they'll just sell. Whoever owns this house will just sell whatever's in it.
So then, that was the Switch 2. Also, another great news piece. Skate, how Skate's coming out with a new game, and I'm all excited about it.
Mhm.
Right.
News came out that the reboot will require an internet connection.
Nice.
I saw that, but that's fucking the way it is.
Why?
My guess is that it's like NBA 2K with like a lobby that's a world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you like skate around the area and you can go do games and you can see like sprites of other people skating around. That's my guess. I don't know. That's based on nothing. That's just my guess.
There's still got to be a single player mode, right?
I would think so.
And you still have to be online for that.
Yes. But that scares me because there's going to be a day where they just turn it off. And then I'm like, what did I pay for?
The time you did spend with it.
The time you spent with and the friends you made along the way.
Exactly. It was the ollies you didn't do.
Okay. God, what a bummer. Fucking. All right. We do have a good story here.
All right.
Let's hear it.
This is movie news.
Okay.
All right, what could it be?
Ready or Not 2 cast announced, including Sarah Michelle Gellar and David Cronenberg, with Samara Weaving coming back.
Why would there be a sequel?
Because it's got to be.
know.
She's got to be the one that has the whole thing. Then
Isn't everybody else dead?
the whole family's dead, but then maybe the curse went to her.
That doesn't make sense, though.
Well, she's alive, and they were married, right?
So Catherine Newton, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Sean Hatosi, remember him from The Faculty?
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Wood and David Cronenberg are going to be in it.
Is Elijah Wood in the faculty too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's two of them. That's weird, right?
Takes place in a school, and they're all teachers.
It doesn't have anything about the story or anything. So I'm guessing, they'll tie in Samara Weaving somehow in a way that could make more movies if this one does well.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Well, that's not a movie that needs a sequel.
No, it was all about how the ending was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think it does either, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I want it to be good. I want it to be good.
Does she go after like this cabal of this order that just does this to families all over the globe, and now she's going to kill them all, John Wick style?
She's marrying into another family. Oh.
Yeah.
Look, Hollywood, you don't got to pay us much. Like, we'll just come into the pitch meeting. We'll throw you 10, 15 ideas. Maybe they work, maybe they don't. But I think there's some gold in there.
Oh, yeah, definitely worth it. You only have to pay me a little more than I make now, which isn't much.
Blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, right? We could probably throw something out there.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you just had 2 banger ideas for this sequel.
Oh, no, I'll check it out, though.
You're welcome, Hollywood. Yeah, I probably will too. Who am I kidding? But that's all we got for the Plotty Time vibe check.
All right.
All right, gentlemen, how about we get into the game? How does that sound?
All right, let's do it.
The game we're talking about today, classic Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it.
First one in the Brothers in Arms series. It was released March 1st, 2005. This year in video games, remember, we're like just about getting real close to the end of PS2 here.
Okay.
Well, real close to PS3 coming out. I guess PS2 would survive a lot longer. But games released, a bunch of ones we covered, such as February 15th, Constantine was released for PS2.
Did we do that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Oh, yeah. Peter Stormare was actually in it.
Yes.
I was very confident about it when I wrote this down.
Okay. I believe you.
Yes, we definitely did.
We're never wrong.
February 22nd, Gran Turismo 4 came out. We didn't do that one, but, context.
No, yeah.
February 24th, Tekken 5.
Mm-hmm.
March 1st, Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
Mm.
And then we get to another one we actually did. March 15th, we did Cold Fear.
Oh, so we did 2 of those you listed.
Yeah,
All right, good stuff.
Couple.
We almost have all the games ever.
Yeah.
we're getting there.
That was the point, right? We're going to keep going to get them all.
Till we do every game ever with a story. The box office that week, number 5, $1 Million Baby.
Never saw it.
No, I already know how it ends. So
I saw the spoof of it on
It's Always Sunny.
Always Sunny. So, yeah, I got it. I've got the gist.
I mean, I saw it. It's not, it's a bummer. Number 4, Cursed.
Cursed.
You're going to have to explain that one.
What the hell is that?
Is that the Wes Craven fucking werewolf movie?
Maybe. Sounds familiar.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and take a quick look here. Yes, it is, with Christina Ricci and Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
A werewolf loose in Los Angeles changes the lives of 3 young adults who, after being mauled by the beast, learn they must kill it in order to avoid becoming werewolves themselves. Directed by Wes Craven. Written by Kevin Williamson. They really thought they'd bring back that, Scream magic, and
Nope.
oh, what a stinker. It was real bad.
Sucked.
Number 3, the movie Constantine.
What?
Oh, so the game released at the movie? We probably talked about it in length during the game we did it.
Go back and listen to that episode, which is number...
From 2 years
Should I
ago.
Should I just start talking slower?
212.
From
211.
April 6th, 2023.
2023.
Episode number 217.
Oh, so close.
I tried to Price is Right you, but I couldn't remember if higher was better or lower.
And then number 2 that week, the Will Smith classic, Hitch.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1's Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
All right, the only one I saw was Constantine.
Yeah, same.
I'm pretty sure I saw Hitch. That was a weird movie.
I think I've seen Cursed.
I think I never did. I would have remembered Christina Ricci in a werewolf movie.
It's real bad. You might have tried to block it out, just like as your brain is a defense mechanism.
Yes, yes.
It's that bad. Don't watch it.
All right.
Yeah.
This week in news, March 3rd, 2005, 50 Cent releases the album The Massacre. Just a
Okay.
little bit, and the song Out of Control were both number 1s off that one. It was his second album.
Mm.
March 24th, The Office premieres on NBC.
2005?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Steve Carell U.S. version of The Office.
Thought I was older than that.
And then March 26th, 2005, Doctor Who returns to BBC TV after 16 years with the debut
The debut.
with the debut of Christopher Eccleston.
Eccleston.
Is that how you say it? Eccleston?
Yeah.
That's not how that's spelled. As the 9th Doctor and Billy Piper as Rose.
Both of them are fantastic in their job. Christopher Eccleston was, I'm trying to think. Oh, no, he was the elf in Thor 2. I thought he would be in a movie that you remembered.
Nope.
Well, he's in 28 Days Later. I remember that one. His ass is everywhere. He was in, what was that movie where it's about the 3 people who live in the apartment in Ireland? One of them's not Ethan Hawke, Ewan McGregor.
Oh, no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh,
It's like, I want to say Buried, but I don't think that's correct.
Carried.
Buried, like buried underground.
Shallow Grave.
I
Who's
think,
in that?
yeah, that's it.
Boom.
That was a fantastic movie.
All right. I'll have to look that one up.
And then, March 27th, TV medical drama Grey's Anatomy starring Ellen Pompeo and Sandra Oh debuts on ABC.
That's ridiculous that all those 3 shows aired in like that time. And
Golden era of
Within
television.
3 days of each other.
yeah, 2 of them are still going.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Well, Doctor
Well,
Who
the
kind
Doctor
of
Who's
reduced.
not really.
Yeah, it's a different Doctor Who, but
hey, they go through years where they don't make Doctor Who. It happens.
and The Office, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Grey's Anatomy's still going.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Gen Z who just fucking loves The Office. I'm not going to get it.
I'm
just not.
I never really
I've
liked
watched a
it.
couple of episodes recently, and I'm like, man, he's such a terrible boss. I don't know if that was just.
Most of the people are just terrible in it too.
Yeah, most of the people are terrible in it too. And it's not like Always Sunny that they're terrible people. It's like they're just dicks.
Yeah. It's not that funny.
The only one that was good is what the fuck is his name? Stanley.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I like Creed too. Creed's fun.
Creed's good.
I feel like that's one thing that show did right. They didn't overdo Creed. They could have easily overdone Creed.
And the HR guy who always argues with Michael.
Toby,
yeah.
You guys seen more than I did.
I've watched the whole thing. Definitely, the last couple seasons were just fucking weird and bad.
Yeah.
That's when Michael Scott left.
Oh, yes.
Steve Carell left. Anyway, the game was released for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC, developed by Gearbox Software and published by Ubisoft. It is a single-player Nazi-killing sim like our grandparents got on boats and went across the ocean to the Atlantic and did it.
Yeah.
Like the good old days.
Yeah.
Anyway, Randy Pitchford made this, the guy who did Borderlands.
Yeah.
Gearbox makes sense.
And just to give you an idea of what kind of game this is, franchise this is, there were 6 Brothers in Arms games before they made Brothers in Arms 2. All right?
All right.
Think about that.
It's interesting.
Thank you.
All right.
Dr. Syintist, you picked the game this week, so how about you lead us into it and tell us what it's all about?
All right, I will. Yeah, like you said, it's a Nazi killing World War II sim. I think it's based on a true story. Well, I mean, as far as World War II is a true story, but
Yeah, I'm
like
sure
this
there's-
actually happened. So kind of like Band of Brothers-ish.
Yes, it takes inspiration from a lot of those
Yeah.
World War II things of that era, like
Yeah.
Band of Brothers and Saving Private Ryan.
But I guess,
But I mean, the events happened, but I don't think these people are real people.
But I mean,
They're
yeah.
approximations.
Oh, all the people are made up, you're saying?
No,
Yes,
Matthew
the people are
Baker's
made
real.
up. The events are real.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if this was based on like someone's actual experiences.
Like a book.
Like a
written
book,
somewhere.
yeah.
Well, it was like, it's basically Band of Brothers. They just took
Yeah.
the 101st Airborne or whoever they
And
are.
a spoiler
told that
alert,
story.
Band of Brothers is so much better than this.
It is real good. Have you seen the newest one?
No, I didn't even know there was a new one.
They did Band of Brothers, did the Pacific, and they just did a new one, didn't they? Like
Oh, I
2
know.
years ago?
Is it in World War II again?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, never
No,
saw
Oh,
No?
it.
yeah,
Okay, no.
yeah.
All right. Anyway, like you were saying.
Have to look it up.
All right. So it starts, you guys are in a plane. You play as Baker, the squad leader, and you have like 13 soldiers under your plane, whatever. And you're start over Normandy, which is a hell of a way to start the game, I guess. It's like Saving Private Ryan start. And of course, your plane gets hit and you jump out. So you land.
I think Medal of Honor started the exact same way. Or Medal of Honor 2. One of them did.
Band of Brothers starts this way too. No, they do some training first, but there's a lot of stuff that starts this way.
It starts this way, and then they flash back to training.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I am 95% sure that's correct. No, I'm 100% because we're the most accurate podcast in the game.
No, you should see Band of Brothers if you guys haven't. But so you jump, and of course they get spread out all over the ground like they do. And you're supposed to meet up with we go to find people, and you eventually run into a guy whose name is McCready. You call him Mac. He's kind of like your superior.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Hey, where's your gear? Because you got stuck in a tree and cut yourself out." Whatever. So you go around looking for more people, and you run into Cole and Leggett. I'm gonna stop naming names at some point because there's just
you're Baker. Like that's really like that was kind of one of my criticisms about this game, and we'll get into it too. But the game's treated very seriously, and they treat the events very seriously. But I feel like the humor was real weird.
Yeah, it's very bad, but
Maybe just poorly written. I don't know.
Yeah.
so your first job is to figure out where you landed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of dumb. Whatever. You figure out where you are, and you're like, all right, we're going to go to the next thing. Cut to the next chapter, and you're like, all right, we got enough people here, and there's anti-aircraft guns, and we got to take them out so the aircrafts can come.
Right.
Well, that's real. That happened,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
and they did it in Band of Brothers. This is just Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
But you should still watch it if you haven't.
Yeah. If you had to choose between playing this and watching Band of Brothers, watch Band of Brothers. So
Yeah.
you go and kill some German, you blow up some AA guns, and then this is most of the game is just running around killing Nazis, which isn't bad, but it leads to not good storytelling, I guess, from our part of telling about the story.
It's also in that time when games were just like fucking gray and brown,
Yeah.
which doesn't help.
Yeah.
And the
have a
whole
feeling
game
like,
takes. Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, I have a feeling like the wilds of France that they landed in were more than just like a sickly pale green color.
Yeah. I mean, it is the French countryside, which I've been there. I've been to Normandy too. It looks like that, yeah, but it felt very like, the graphics of the time with the same hedgerows everywhere. It just looked very the same as you were going through the story.
So after you blow up the AA guns, you're like, all right, we got to clear out Utah Beach so the 4th Infantry can land.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you go do. You meet up with some more guys. I think it's the next day or maybe late. No, it's later in the same day. You meet up with some more guys named Red, a guy named Red, most importantly. And I just wrote down that he brags about killing someone drinking coffee.
Oh,
That seems like a
Oh,
weird thing
yeah.
to brag about.
He's like, I got a Nazi. Did you now? Yeah, I was just sitting there drinking his coffee, minding his own goddamn business in a war zone, and I murdered him. Well, I warred him. I guess murder's not.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing. It's still murder.
I don't even. Yeah.
What do you think Germans eat for breakfast? Sausage and toast?
He does say that. He
does.
Nice.
Anyway, you go around shooting more Nazis, clearing out the beach. You find some more guys, and I even wrote here. He brags about killing a pooping person. Like, he couldn't wait for the guy to get done taking a shit. He's like, I killed the guy.
Is that a video game reference?
I do not know.
It's Jurassic Park reference.
I just feel, and guys, I've played a lot of shooters in my time. I'm pretty comfortable saying more than both of you combined shooters I've played. Including this, I'm pretty sure I did play this game, but there's always a moment where you open a stall and someone's taking a shit and you shoot them, or taking a piss. One of those two. Every game.
I've never had that problem in my game.
Yeah, I've never played a first-person shooter that had that.
Yeah.
Just me? So, guys, get in the Reddit. Not you guys, the fans. Get on the Reddit and back me up here, because this is a thing.
Oh, I believe you, because I haven't played many.
It's weird. It's uncomfortable. I don't get it now. It's like, is it just haha pee joke? Is that as deep as we're getting? Anyway.
And then, of course, you get the beach ready, and you're like, all right, let's get some rest. There's long days ahead. And then it goes black. It does this a couple times during the game, where when you start new chapters, and it has like Baker talking to himself, trying to wax poetic. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of annoying. And he's just complaining about being a squad leader and complaining about war.
It's like a Ken Burns documentary is what it feels like. It's like the framing of it.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know.
I really wanted to be a squad leader.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't want any responsibility. I just wanted to
stuff
come
like
here
that.
And, but I guess now I'm doing it. He's like a squad leader. Did we look up how big that is? Like 10 people?
It's 13.
13.
It's a baker's dozen.
That's right. He did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe I said it too, but I don't remember.
I'm taking it. It's me.
Once again, I wrote here that these guys are hilarious because they're telling terrible jokes. I didn't write any of the jokes because I'm pretty sure they were really, really bad and I don't remember them. But
this is when they're just trying to relax.
Yeah, they're just kind of relaxing.
Yeah.
And of course, they're like, all right, you got to go clear out more Nazis. So you just do that. And they keep talking about home and what it's going to be like every time there's downtime. Now, I believe they did that, but it seems like a little excessive in this game.
I absolutely believe they did that, but I don't think they did it this early.
Yeah.
Like the day they launched out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or
they were
like
probably thrilled at this point.
4 times by noon.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
If that guy's going to be the one to die that day, he has to talk about his kid that was just born before he left.
Or his girl back home, you know?
Yeah.
The Chekhov's gun.
Exactly.
So the next chapter, it starts at 3:00 on 2 days after Normandy, a day after Normandy, I don't remember. And you got to capture this small French town called Foucault or something like that. Do it in a Cajun accent if you can, Poppascotch. Yeah, there you go. And he says, you meet up with Mac, and he's like, all right, you got to kill everyone who gets in your way. And he's like, that's what I admire about you, is that you do that.
Okay, yeah.
You worded that in a very interesting way. That's what I admire about you, that you do that.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I know. It's just silly. Yeah. When you say it again, it's very silly.
I even wrote, fuck out of here. Anyway, so you meet up with squads, and you're going to a new place called Vireville. You got to clear this field of all the stuff like power lines and stuff so gliders can land.
Oh, is that what it was?
I think it is.
Yeah, they said poles. You got to take down poles.
I think they're power lines.
That makes sense.
So the gliders that have your, what are they called?
Reinforcements
and stuff.
That is a wild thing that happened. They're like, should we land? No, fuck it. Don't put an engine in that thing. They're just going to glide it in.
Well, quiet.
I mean, engines are expensive if you're trying to make a lot of them.
Especially if you're just dropping people off.
I mean, look, I don't think it was a bad move. It worked out.
Yeah.
I just think the concept of someone being like, let's just dump them off a plane and glide them in. It'll be great. That's nuts.
I think it's acceptable because you are more likely to get some of it land. Because if you have a big plane with a bunch of stuff and they shoot it down, then it's all gone. But if you have a bunch of things with little stuff and they only can shoot half of them down, then you still at least have half of the shit.
Should have gave
I'm not a general or anything. I don't know exactly what the reasoning is for it, but
it had to just be money.
I mean, makes sense.
I'm sure it all has to do with money. But so cut to June 7th, 1944, 9 a.m. You're trying to get to Vireville, France. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Vireville.
And this game's so boring to talk about because most of it is them just talking about bullshit.
It was.
shooting.
And then between the shooting some Nazis. So you go meet up with some tanks and you take a town and they're like, all right, clear the town so the tanks can go, blah, blah, blah. Then you got to blow up more anti-tank guns. Then you drive a tank through some roadblocks and stuff. And of course, the guy who's driving the tank is someone you know from your hometown.
He's like your best buddy.
Yeah, you refer to him as your best friend. And of course, he dies during this. Kind of like unceremoniously just dies.
Yeah.
I might be wrong about this, but I think you could do that. I think there was a program where like you could go to basic with the people from your town if you chose to.
This guy's a tank.
Yeah, they weren't in the same unit.
Yeah, I suppose depending on your specialty you signed up for.
Yeah,
because I mean, if you and your buddy signed up to be tank corps, well, you're going to the same place. Like,
yeah, they say it in here. Like, there's two guys. They're like, yeah, they went through everything together.
Yeah, I mean, from when I graduated from high school, they still did it.
Yeah,
because two of my buddies did it.
That gets people to sign up.
They went to the training together and did like their first couple things together.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, but anyway, he dies, and it's supposed to be like some, I guess, heart-wrenching moment that this guy he knew dies, but it's kind of just like, eh.
Yeah, he's like, how do I tell his parents when I see him next?
Yeah. And he's like, it was probably my fault, but, you know, whatever. It's very anticlimactic, and I think it's supposed to be more impactful than that, but it's not. Just the way they did it is terrible.
Yeah, because at the end, he's like, squad mates are the only family I have left.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, look, my dad always said you had two families.
Yeah. Ones you raise hell with, or...
Yeah. One that raised you and the one you raise hell with.
So like macho guy.
Yeah, but then he talks shit about his dad. He's like, well, my dad was never around because he was in the fucking army. So I went and did it myself.
That'll show
I decided to emulate that.
Yeah.
To get back at my lady back home.
Yeah, and the next scene is very emblematic of this because you wake up at the crack of dawn the next day and the guys are just like, sorry about your friend. And you're like, yeah, well, whatever.
On to the next thing.
On to the next thing. We got to go get that farmhouse.
This is like 24 hours. No, a little bit more than that.
I think it's a little bit less than that since the guy died.
But they're D-Day +1. Oh, yeah, since the guy died. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I think it's D-Day +3, but it doesn't matter. You go to the farmhouse and they like splits you up into two teams and you're supposed to take out these machine guns so people can come and take the town of Saint-Comé, France.
Because 101's coming in.
Yep. So you go do that and you take out some machine guns, blah, blah, blah. Later on, there's this conversation. Batman and Superman talk.
Oh, yeah.
It just seemed like a ridiculous conversation to have at this time because Batman and Superman were like 3 years old at this point.
Yeah, it's new.
Yeah.
It's new hotness.
I did look it up. It was 1938 and 1939 they came out. I think the reason it was there, other than like connected to the kids these days, is to show that these guys are like 18. Like they are kids.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
They're still in the kid shit because they are children.
Yeah, you're right.
Or maybe that was an accidental thing they ran into and I'm giving them too much credit.
Accidentally made it deep.
Yeah, we'll make the decision later as a group.
But I mean, I thought it makes sense when you put it that way. But I thought it was ridiculous to have a conversation of how you think Batman could be better than Superman at that point. Because Superman's all powerful and Batman's just a dude who takes out criminals every once in a while.
Yeah, like
he didn't have these years of backstory and
Batman building bat armor or some shit, you know.
Yep.
Well, it was just another way to show you how stupid some of these guys are.
Stupid idiot kids. That's what we're dealing with.
Stupid idiot kids, your next job is to go clear this town out for the 101st to come through.
Yeah, so do that.
And I wrote down this because it was funny to me. They're like, all right, Baker, you take a couple of guys and stop that tank. We'll stay here and wait for you to finish it.
You go over there and fuck him.
Yeah. Well, we stand here and jerk off. So you go over and destroy that tanks before it can resupply and whatever. And Mac's just like, hey, man, you're the best killer I've ever seen.
When you say it like that, it sounds bad.
I'm just paraphrasing, but
that might have been exactly what he said.
Yeah, it's close. It's not far off. So the next day you just wake up and you're like, all right, we just got to take that farm. I don't remember exactly what Max said, but I just wrote, what could it cost? $10?
What?
I don't know, because he was talking about taking the farm. He's like, we got to take the farm. We got to do all this. We're going to send two teams. One goes on this side, one goes this way, and you meet on the other side. We're going to pincer them or whatever. And so you go your way and you shoot your way to the other side and you get there. And the other team, which was Leggett and two guys, are there. And Garnet and Allen are dead and Leggett's there. And he's like, I don't know, they just died. And of course, these guys are like, they're kind of like main bullshitters through most of these like small interactions that you have, and they die off screen. And it kind of was
anticlimactic
to me again. It's like, all right, these are like the two characters you built up the most so far.
Were those the guys talking about Superman and Batman?
I think so.
Might have been, yeah.
And they're the ones that had like enlisted together and always together, and then they died off screen.
Well, they had to die together.
I was like, you could have done this a little bit better, I thought.
Oh, and everyone's pissed at Leggett.
Yeah, like it's his fault.
Yeah.
And then you even talk to yourself at this point about like,
you scream to yourself.
If I was their squad leader for the to go around that thing, they would have lived. And it's just ridiculous.
Well, he does say maybe. Part. He's like, maybe I could have saved them.
Yeah. But to me, it just seems like you're
He's like, I am the best killer. I could have saved him.
Exactly. And then everybody's pissed at Leggett, and he's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah. Well, it gets the better of it.
And then I wrote, I wish I'd have written down what made me write what. In my notes, I just, Mac does as little leadership as possible. He's just like, all right, you guys go here. I'll take care of Leggett. Go destroy that bridge. Just get out of here.
Yeah, you better take down that bridge before the Jerrys can show up.
Well, to give them the benefit of the doubt, in the game, your job is to direct people to attack positions. Like it is a shooter, obviously, but if you jump out of cover when you're getting shot at, you would die fast. Like it was one where you had to use strategy and suppressive fire to move.
Mm-hmm.
It was very ahead of its time, but that's why they're like treating you like the guy controlling everything, because you are.
Well, I mean, that's what you are in every story, basically. But
well, sure, just
this one you actually have a squad. You're not a one-man army.
Yeah.
So of course you're in Carrington, France, and you're standing there, and then like shots start having. You're like, we gotta move, but of course someone was hit in the face, and he's like, he isn't dead yet. Like, well, just gotta leave him. We gotta get out of here before we die. Start moving. And of course they start dropping bombs, and you get knocked out for a little bit, and you come to, and a guy named Corian or whatever, I think his name's Corian, wakes you up. And then he's like, yeah, DeSolo got killed. And it shows like a splattered pile of blood on the ground. And his body's just like mush. He's like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. That was very gnarly.
Did he take the bomb and you just got knocked out by the...
Yeah, I guess it must have hit him, but you got the concussion.
It's like, yo, you're lucky. He was in between you and the bomb, dude.
Yeah. And
awesome.
For the 20th time so far in the game, they're like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So you go. You eventually run into a guy named Lieutenant Cole, and he's like, well, we're going to smoke this field here, and we're going to run and take that farm, and then we're going to go set up a base. So just go kill a bunch of Germans, and that's what you do.
Under a smoke shield.
Yep. And you eventually kill a bunch of Nazis, and you meet back up with Mac, and he's like, hey, man, congrats for making it here so far. Good job killing. So then it cuts to the next day. And you're in this town, and you're like, well, we got to hold this position. And he's like, well, Mac's like, no, I'm going to hold the position. You're going to go save Lieutenant Combs. So you take a small squad out and save him. You find some wine, by the way, which is just like, oh, hey, we'll celebrate, blah, 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 end of the day. Go to the next one.
This one you're going to the church in the middle of town?
That's the next day.
Okay.
When you're actually in that France, you start talking about, he's like, oh, there's only 7 of us, 13 left. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right. And he's like, yeah, we got to go take the city. Go take it. So you go and killing people. You bomb some tanks, you kill some Nazis, and then you meet up with Mac, and he's like, all right, we're going to make a command post right here and start setting up. Sounds good. Then a couple of hours go by, and they start talking about like, hey, we got to find some wine and liquor so we can get drunk and do this killing.
It makes it go down so much smoother.
Yeah.
The killing or the
And you're talking about this, and then a guy named, they nicknamed him Obi. I didn't write down his full name. It's like Obesky or whatever. But he gets shot in the face as you're talking like that.
Oh, I love when that happens in these games.
Yeah, he gets shot right in the face.
It
and like
happens a lot. Every one of these games has that moment where everyone's like, isn't that crazy? Look at this schmuck. And the head explodes.
Yeah.
Morgan,
sniper!
Yep. You know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So the Nazis are attacking, and there's a sniper taking a couple of you out. He's like, Baker, you go take out the Nazis.
Oh, of course.
He sends you out. There's a little sniper section, and then of course tanks start coming in. And he's blowing up these tanks, sniping, blowing tanks, using a bazooka to blow up tanks, sniping some more, bazooking some tanks. And then of course you fight your way through it and you save the town.
Yay.
So later on, you're like, all right, we got to chase the Nazis who are leaving. Then you get to meet up with Mac, and you start talking to Mac, and all of a sudden another bomb goes off right next to you.
Oh, great.
Knocked out again.
That's what we needed.
Yep. And guess who wakes you up? Good old Leggett.
Oh no, not suicidal Leggett.
Yeah. And you're in the middle of a firefight. And he's like, we got to keep going. We got to go. We got to meet up with these U.S. tanks. So you go. This whole time, this starts, I assumed Mac was dead. Spoiler alert, he's not dead. You just run into him later.
No. Okay.
Well, Leggett gets fucking murdered here.
Yeah, he gets dead real good.
Doesn't he just stand up and be like, kill me. Go ahead, shoot me. He was getting bullied too much, so he just decided, fuck it.
So basically, you just go around killing Nazis. Some people die. Doesn't matter. Everyone who lives is all there. And like, all right, we succeeded in taking the Carrington. And then Mac's like, yeah, we're done here, but we're not done yet with this war.
It's the end of the beginning.
Yep. So Mac like lavishes some praising on your killing ability. And he's like, oh, well, we got a lot more to do. I'm going to give Hartsock promotion. You can lead the other unit, Baker. And then as soon as he starts saying something about you, firefight breaks out. And they're just like, move out. We're done. And the game ends.
Dun, dun, dun.
A lot of more Nazi killing has to happen for the story to go, but it ends right here. Who knows who won this war?
I guess we'll have to play the next one.
Yep. I don't know where Hill 30 came into it.
Seems like a good place to move on, so that's what we did.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about the final thoughts here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And we'll start with you, Sir Chump Slap.
All right.
Did watching this video make you want to play Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30? Did the story work for you, or did you think it was just a little too dirty?
Ooh.
And what score out of 27 stars you think you get a little flirty?
Hey, now.
They all rhymed and they made sense mostly.
Yeah, flirty. We're always talking about stars and flirts.
Yeah.
Watching this did not make me want to play it. It made me not want to play a war game ever again.
Damn.
So yeah, no. Did the story work for me? I mean, on a basic level, yeah, I get it. You're a guy, you're in charge of 13 people. By the end, you're in charge of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your story. I guess it was supposed to pull on heartstrings and make you feel like, oh man, that's crazy. That's the wild price that you pay for being in a war, but it didn't do that. It was just bland person after bland person. This guy died. I don't know. Who survived? Fucking Baker, I guess. I don't know. It just didn't hit. They tried. I'll give him that. And I'm sure the story means something if you went through it or you were in the army or whatever, but it's just generic army shit to me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So out of 27 stars, what am I flirting with on this bad boy? I mean, it's there. I'll give it a 4.
All right.
Yes.
All right, there we go. We gave it a 4. That's based out of 27 stars.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you wanna answer some questions there?
Sure, I'd love to.
Did watching this video make you want to cosplay as Baker?
Oh.
Okay.
Did the story really hit home, or did you think it was more of a faker?
Okay.
And now 27 stars. How many would you shake at this moneymaker?
Okay. Did watching the video make me want to play it? I don't know. Not really. I went through a phase where I got into World War II and Band of Brothers in the Pacific and playing every video game that took place around World War II that I could get my hands on. And I think I got it out of my system. I don't think I need to play another one ever
It was
again.
just the first month of the pandemic.
Yeah, right.
It was 6 months ago. Anyway, so yeah, I remember playing this. I don't know if I played any of the sequels. I don't think I did, but it's just weird looking back on it because you're trying to take this event and you're trying to portray the story very seriously and tug on the heartstrings, as you say. But then the next second, they're like, all right, go be a video game. You know, go get like blinking on the screen cursors when you want to move characters or when you want them to fire on somebody. See things through things you shouldn't be. It's just weird to gamify the real situation where this really happened to people and they died. And I don't know, weird different tones. It was very serious versus jokey versus video gamey. It was like, it had its, try and do too many things at once. Do I want to play? No, the story didn't work for me. I mean, the story worked for me because it's the same one as in Band of Brothers. It's the stuff that happened to the unit, like the events, and that made sense, but the characters didn't feel like they were really reacting to what was actually happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So, final score, what will I give it at 27 stars? I'm going to be a little bit nicer just because they got the towns and events and stuff right. So, I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
It didn't blow me out of the water. But let's see what Dr. Syintist has to say about it.
Right on.
Go ahead.
I'll get it.
Chump Slap, this is all you. You're on fire.
All right.
I'm
You're on
struggling.
fire. Yeah, you're cooking with the last one.
Did watching this video make you want to shoot some Nazis?
Okay.
Was the story pretty good, or would you rather be like, hey, sit on it, Potsy? 27 stars.
Is that a Happy Days reference?
No, it is.
Man, I do not think anybody who watched Happy Days listens to this podcast.
Out of 27 stars. How many did this game?
I'm just blown away by the posse reference. I'm just going to interrupt you.
How many stars did this game not see?
Oh, God.
You could have done the Nazi and Nazi.
I did. I used Nazi in the first one.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Potsy got you.
Potsy just erased everything before it.
Do I want to play it now? Not my game, not my jam. Did the story work for me? It seems like a generic invasion of Normandy war story. It's nothing new. The deaths, I think, were supposed to be impactful, and they weren't. They were about as far away from impactful as you could get, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't get to know anybody.
No. And the characters you did get to know that died, you didn't really care about.
Yeah.
Plus, like, your guys in your unit as you're playing the game get shot and killed around you all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But only the ones in the cutscenes get the impact.
Yeah,
you know
off
what I mean?
screen. They die. It'd be an interesting Black Mirror episode where all your friends die around you all the time and come back, but if they're off screen and die, they don't.
That would be weird.
I don't know. It's just a generic thing. It's not terrible, but it's not good in any way. Just trite. I gave it 5 stars, and we said it a couple times. Just go watch Band of Brothers. Infinitely better than this.
Okay.
Yeah, those are with the real people. It's really great. It's really great. Go watch Band of Brothers. Don't play this. We gave it a final score of 15 out of 81.
Mm-hmm.
Had to think about that for a second.
It's right in the middle.
Yep, that's about the middle. We to go back and compare this to games we've done previously, we gave a 17 to Siphon Filter the Omega Strain, which we all remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We gave a 14 to Chaos Break.
You're going to have to explain that one.
And then we gave a 15 to Shenmue on April 25th, 2024.
Okay.
I remember Shenmue.
Better than this.
Yeah, so 15, that's it. If we got nothing else we want to say about it, we can go ahead and step on over into the cooldown topic.
All right.
Ooh, let's go slide on in.
This is the hardest part of every episode.
It really is.
Dr. Syintist, it was your episode, so it's your time to pick the cooldown topic. So what do you got?
I think this is an awesome story, so I'm just going to talk about it, and then we'll talk about it. Do
Okay.
you guys know what the Stegosaurus's tail is called with the 4 spikes on it?
It has a name?
Yes, it has a name.
The Flangler.
Close.
Go ahead.
Wait,
I get a guess. The Cludgeonator.
No, it's called a Thagomizer.
I don't think I was that far off.
It's named after Thag Simmons.
I knew him.
Well, no, you don't, because he's from a Far Side comic. And there's a drawing of a Stegosaurus and it has cavemen there. And it's like, we call this the Thagomizer from the late Thag Simmons. So since it never had a name, the paleontologists were like, we're just going to call it a Thagomizer. So Gary Larson got to name what the end of a Stegosaurus's tail was.
That's interesting.
That's ridiculous. I love it. That's fantastic.
It's like the word cromulent.
Yeah, yeah. And biggin.
Yeah.
But I was going to talk about Far Side cartoons because there's a lot of good ones that I really like.
Oh, so what's my favorite cartoon?
Oh, okay. Favorite comic strip, I guess, or favorite Far Side.
I was so deep into Far Side as a kid. I thought I was so fucking smart because I got this comic.
Right? It did feel like a slightly smarter one.
The thing is, go ahead.
Do you remember one of the most famous ones, if not the most famous, is the school, the door. It says Midvale School for the Gifted.
Yeah.
And it has like pull really big. And he's like just laying against it, just defeated.
Yep.
I had that T-shirt.
So did I.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Holy shit. I haven't thought about that in a while.
No, I only thought about it because I ended up at Barnes & Noble around Christmas time, and they had a Far Side calendar there. I'm like, I didn't even know they still made these things.
Like the one-a-days.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got it, and then I was looking at them. I was like, man, these hit a lot different now that I'm an adult.
Do they?
Yeah. A lot of them have like a little thing you don't think of when you're a kid.
Yeah, okay. That's neat. I have to check that out.
But yeah, I've been looking at them I get the peel one off every day and look at the far side in the morning.
I want a one-a-day Mark Trail calendar.
My favorite
Mark
one.
Trail?
Remember that guy?
Yeah, he was a conservationist.
I mean, I'm sure it had its audience, but every time I got to, I'm like, fuck that, and I just skipped it
I
immediately.
hated that guy so much.
Oh, dude, he'd be a woke. Everybody would hate him for being woke now.
Plus, it was a fucking ongoing story. You'd have to remember what happened last week. Get out of here.
My favorite Far Side, I think, ever was it has like two guys standing there by a huge tree that was knocked down, and you can see all the rings on it and stuff. And the one, it's a dad and a son, and the dad's pointing to the rings. He's like, "See this ring right here? That's where it miraculously survived another forest fire."
Nice.
That's fantastic, man. I'm looking through them right now. Some of the classics.
Oh,
The one where the cow is grilling hamburgers on the. And the other two cows like, "You're sick, Jesse. Sick, sick, sick."
And then there was one, I remember a buddy of mine, you guys know him. I'll tell you who it was afterwards. But in high school, he's like, "I don't get this one." And it had like a cat following this trail of stuff.
Oh,
and it said cat food, but it was FUD. And
Into
it
the
pointed
washer.
inside into the dryer. And he's like, "I don't get it. What's cat food?"
Oh, no.
I know who that was.
I'm pretty sure you could guess who it was.
I have a guess as well. But yeah.
Go read some more Far Sides.
Yeah, they are good. I should definitely check them out one a
And
day.
then there was one too where it was just on a couple of weeks ago. It was this scientist is looking through a telescope at this guy, and you see like two piles of clothing around him. And he's like, "Oh, first that jerk got killed, and then and then that guy got killed too." He's like, "This is a true wishing star I found."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is a classic when God's making he's just it looks like it's God in a workshop like cooking something, and there's a bunch of things labeled behind him like, krill, insects, birds,
Yeah.
and reptiles and trees, and he's like, just to make it interesting, and he's dabbing out a thing that just says jerks. Man, what a great comic.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The one where the alien lands, gets out, punches a dude in the face, gets in a ship, and leaves. And it just says, "Henry never knew what hit him." It's fucking classic. I bet there's plenty of people who are listening to this who have never heard of The Far Side. When did it end? Like the 90s?
I thought the last like calendar they made was going to be 99, but they may have, I don't know if they just started again or if they've made them the whole time and I didn't notice.
It'd be a great just like coffee table book to just have and pick up.
I know, I've been looking for them too, and they're kind of
rare now.
rare, yeah.
So it launched December 31st, 1979. Jesus. And then it was Chronicle Features from 1980 to 85, and then Universal Press Syndicate, which is probably where we eventually saw it, 85 to 96.
Uh-huh.
So it ended in 96.
The complete Far Side, 1980 to 1994.
Oh, God, there was a hiatus from 95 to 2019, and then online revival 2019 to present.
Oh, that must have been when they started up the Far-Sighted Day calendars.
Interesting. Huh.
As of today, Larson has not uploaded any new work since December 7th, 2023.
Aw. Is he still alive? I guess so.
I guess.
I suppose? I mean, he's got to be up there, right?
I would imagine. If he was 20s when he started, he's got to be in his 80s now.
He's 74. Born August 14th, 1950.
You can get the complete Far Side on Amazon for $181. It's two
Yeah, $200.
two hardcover books in a fucking
As soon
thing.
as I get the next Plotty Time paycheck, that's the first thing I'm getting.
Yeah. Well, you can get the paperback for $88.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah.
Nice.
You're not thinking about the resale value. I mean, this is a collectible. People are going to be beating down your door to get these someday.
It'd be worth it.
They probably won't. I was just kidding. I thought that joke would land, but you guys just...
Oh, sorry. I was just so
Was that supposed to be funny? I'm sorry.
I was so taken by the Far Side.
Great comic.
Yeah.
I remember reading a lot of that and a lot of Calvin and Hobbes. Those were the ones I read when I was a kid or looked into.
Yeah. I always, every Sunday, I'd check the color comic book page. Beetle Bailey.
Beetle Bailey. I used to read Beetle Bailey and Hagar the Horrible
And Garfield. There was
And
another.
Marmaduke.
and Ziggy.
There was another.
Family Circus always had a piece of shit on that board.
Oh, fucking A. Tell me about it. There was another one like
Suck.
Far Side. It was the same, like one panel. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but that was good too. If I remember.
I vaguely know what you're talking about. I can kind of see it.
Yeah. It definitely wasn't Larson because it was
Yeah.
different art, but Yeah.
There's got to be a whole like Reddit, I'm sure, to just fucking Far Side clones.
Well, you could buy the Far Side Gallery. There's 5 different books, but they're each only $10.
Oh, holy shit. I definitely had a couple of these. The Far Side Gallery 2 with the cow and the two. Yeah, I definitely had that.
Yeah, with the Mona Lisa cow on the cover.
Yep.
I might still have that. Who knows?
You could probably find those at fucking used bookstore somewhere.
Probably.
Like $2.99 a piece.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go check Second and Charles this week.
If anyone knows any other good secondhand bookstores that are near you, or maybe not, and they wanted to let you know about them, Chump Slap, how would they do that via email?
Well, send it to plottytime@gmail.com because I'd rather check somewhere else other than fucking Second and Charles any day.
That's a good point. If they want to get to us faster on the socials, how would they do that, Dr. Syintist?
At Plotty Time on Blue Sky, or stop by our subreddit and tell us where you can find cheap copies of The Complete Far Side.
Perfect. You can also go to the YouTube, like and subscribe there. It really helps us out. We got a whole bunch of other videos that are dope, so go check those out. That does it for us. So, as always, shout out to Sandman, Drago the Slago, Gamers Little Playground, I Am Panex, and Luis Guzman. Trust all reputable scientists, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.